my mother worked for the Ministry of Munitions and Supply in World War II for the minister, and she was suborned to work with the aircraft production for the Hurricane. She was in charge of working with getting the Hurricane fuselages built in Canada for the Hurricane fighter plane. So she was, in the world of aviation. And in 1947, she was walking down Spark Street in Ottawa, and she looked up in the sky, and she was sort of said, something told me to look up. And she said she saw what looked like a Christmas tree ornament just winking above the street about 400 or 500 feet. Winking on and off, red, green, white, red, green, white. And she thought, that's odd, And then she looked at it and she said, it just zipped off in the sky and disappeared. And around the house after that point, we always had articles. There's a cover of Life magazine with Marilyn Monroe. It talked about flying saucers. There's a cover of Look magazine with Elizabeth Taylor. It catalogs the Barney and Betty Hill incident. So whenever one of those articles come up, she always had that at home for me to read. So I was interested in it from then. And I've had 4 sightings myself, quite vivid. The first one was in Martha's Vineyard. It was 4 a.m. I got up to take a leak on the balcony there, and I looked up in the sky, and about 100,000 feet up, I saw 2 glowing discs flying in echelon formation.
You saw this?
I saw this.
How old were you?
I was in my 30s, yeah. And so I look up, and I see these things, and they're moving, man. They're going from horizon to horizon. 20,000 miles an hour, and I've been in an F-5. I've had it in my hands. I've been in a B-25. I know helicopters. I know aviation. I know meteoric bolides. I know what's not a meteor and what is. I know what's a helicopter and what is. I know what's the moon and Venus. 2 glowing round objects, 100,000 feet, maybe 20,000 miles an hour they're doing because they went across the sky like just in a zigzag formation. So if I screamed to my wife, my friends, they got out. The 3 of us saw it, and I said, and they all knew it was something unusual. That was my first sighting. Okay, now who knows? Okay, meteoric bolide. There are many people that can dispute that wasn't real. But I know what I saw. I know what my friends saw. I know what my wife saw. Those things were moving. They were glowing fast. They were flying in formation. And they were doing enough speed to get from basically the right side of my eyes to the left side of my eyes really fast. The second one was... I was in so that's 4. I count those 2 as 2, and then the second one that I saw. So the 1, 2, the third one I saw. I was in Montreal, Canada, and I was on the 23rd floor of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel, and this would have been when we were doing Patron in Canada, the Patron tequila promotion, and that would have been in the early 2000s. And I looked up and up beyond the window there, and I saw this. Well, it just looked like an air mattress turned over on its, with the bubbles on the bottom. It was huge. It was 150 feet long, 50 feet wide, gray. It was a gray, rainy day in Montreal, broad daylight. And here was this thing at the 23rd story of the hotel. And I'm looking at it, and it moves slowly down St. Catherine Street. And I'm thinking, where are the wires? Where are the wires? Where? It's got to be a balloon. It's got to be. There's no Thanksgiving Day parade here. What is that? And my friends are with me. What is that? And it come along, and it just parked outside the window. We looked at it, big gray thing with these bulbs underneath, and then it slowly turned, and we saw the full length of it. And then it went around the corner. We ran out in the hall, and we just watched it drift kind of sideways off over the St. Lawrence River and disappear. Wow. Well,
Did people take pictures of this?
No, we didn't get any pictures, and I don't know who else saw it.
What year was this?
In the 2000, 5 or 6, something like that. And then
did other people report it?
No, I don't know. I should have checked and seen in Montreal with the local MUFON. I think they have a representative up there. But it was vivid. We all saw it. And then the fourth one that I saw, I was on my motorcycle leaving town to go at Kingston, Ontario, where I live there, and I was driving out of the farm gate, and I saw there's a power line that runs on the opposite farm there across the road, and I saw this winking red light just moving slowly along the top of the power pylons, and I thought, well, helicopters, they do that kind of work where they string power lines, but they don't really do it at night. I thought that's got to be a chopper, a hydro chopper, like a hydro company chopper watching the power lines, checking for faults, or I don't know. And it goes along like this, and I'm watching it, and I stop the bike, and I'm watching, and then it stops. and makes a right angle turn and comes right at me. And so I turn on, I have a police motorcycle. So I turn on my wigwags, you know, like that.
You have a police motorcycle?
Of course.
Why do you have a police motorcycle?
I have police equipment. Well,
Are you a cop? Damn, Aykroyd. Imagine getting pulled over by a blues brother.
wouldn't that be good? I've actually had the experience of actually pulling some people about anyway.
You pulled people over?
Sure.
Why'd you pull them over? You're a sheriff?
Well, I was a
Representative
reserve.
Deputy Sheriff. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
You and
reserve.
Ted Nugent.
A reserve, I must say. But I served under the first African-American sheriff in Hinds County, Mississippi, in its history. Anyway, back to my sighting. The thing comes along. I put on the wigwags on the bike, and it stops above me, and it turns on a light. And I'm going, where's the rotor wop? Where's the wash? come on, the helicopter at 3,000 feet, you can hear it. This thing's like 400 feet above me. I'm looking at the thing. I'm thinking, where's the wash? It looks like a helicopter. It's got to be a helicopter. Do I see a canopy? Do I see rings, rotors? Nothing. Just a mass of kind of metallic and lights, and it just shines this light on me, and I turned the lights on the bike on and then turned them off, and then it winked the light off, and it just drifted out over the field. And just drifted off like that. So
you've had 3 different
and then
instances.
one night I was
4?
in bed. I was in bed with my wife. It was in the 1987 or so, and I woke bolt upright at 3 a.m. I said, I got to go outside. They're calling me. They want me to see. And she says, oh, go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep. Next day, all over the radio of upstate New York, they talked about a big pink spiral in the sky that had appeared to northeastern Ontario and upstate New York. And they were saying, oh, it was a Chinese rocket. What, a bottle rocket? Or the Chinese sent a rocket? This was the explanation that the media and the government was giving at the time. So those are my experiences right there. And
So
you know,
that's how you